Hi, everybody. Merry Christmas and welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today. We get to talk with an actress. We love talking with the actresses of these Christmas movies. And we are talking with Brianna Cohen today. And she is the star of two movies that are going to be on UPTV this season. She's the star of A Royal Christmas Manor and Saving the Christmas Ranch. So when I saw that, I was like, we definitely have to get to know Brianna. We have to talk with her. And Brianna, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I've seen your
Yeah.
videos around. You are a really like grounded interviewer that loves film, so I'm honored to be here. Thanks for
Oh,
having
well, thanks for saying that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just love talking to people, getting to know them. I think I kind of look at these, especially these TV movies, as sort of the underdogs of the cinematic world. They people put a lot of work and heart into them, and they don't get enough respect, especially in a world where the romantic comedy has practically been abandoned by the studios. So I appreciate the genre, obviously.
rom-coms are so fun to film too. I'm sure
Mhm.
everybody says that, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Love the
I
drama, but the rom-com is always like a hoot. It's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, I mean, and this is your first time this year doing a Christmas movie, is that right?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I was looking through your filmography. I'm like, wow, so she hadn't done one and then two in one season. Unbelievable.
Boom, boom. Well, okay, a little secret, a little movie secret. So, the Saving the Christmas Ranch, which is coming out the 15th, I believe,
Uh-huh.
second one actually was filmed like a year and a half ago. So it just kind of I lucked out just having kind of
Yeah.
at the same
Was
time, but I love it. Now it's like a
yeah.
Christmas season.
Was it released in Canada previously? Because sometimes that happens. They get them before we do.
Yeah, no, not
Okay.
at all. I
Oh,
think
okay.
they made like a slate of like four or five of these kind of nicely like had this kind of Christmas movie experiment, and I think they released one or two, and ours they were kind of
Yeah.
out what
Because
to
they did a bunch with Ansley Gordon, and if yeah.
oh
And
I know her.
yeah, she's a delight. And so this is just your first time on the podcast. We want to get a chance to get to know you. So why don't you introduce yourself to the listeners? Tell us a little bit about how you got inspired to start acting. How
Oh
did
wow.
you get on the train?
Sure. My name is Brianna Cohen. I am a Jersey girl, born and raised.
Okay.
That is a little bit about me and my spirit. Ansley always pokes fun at me about that, actually. Love her. And gosh, I mean, I just again, not to sound cliche, but I just always had the bug. And I remember begging my mom to let me audition for Little Women at our town rec center. And then I was the goose in Charlotte's Web at play camp. And I just
Uh-huh.
I grew up about like 15 minutes from New York City. So we were always kind of auditioning or doing
Yeah.
shows or being involved. My parents love theater, so it's in my blood.
Yeah. So you grew up going to a lot of theater and doing a lot. Are you a musical theater person?
I,
Like,
I have been.
yeah.
I can be.
Nice.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Um, Today, our listeners might not know, but today is Halloween, right? I don't know if you want to
Then
mention.
we're recording on Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. We're doing Christmas, but one of my favorite roles I did do my senior year at Rutgers University. We did Sweeney Todd, and I love it.
Oh,
And I want to reprise
whoa.
that costume one day, right? With the hair, make it all
Yeah.
Cartery. So
That's a hard because I'm also a theater critic. I'm a film and theater critic, and that's a very difficult role. Not only the accent, but just all the different notes that you have to meet to play that role. Because you got to be soft and tender at times. You obviously have to be very unhinged at times, desperate, all of those things. So this is a
there's
challenge.
comedy. There's a lot of comedy. There's a lot of music
Yeah.
beats are so, I guess you say like syncopated and very exact and
Uh-huh.
pull it off. And Mason, I wasn't in Mason Gross School of the Arts, which is the art school at Rutgers. I was a liberal
Oh,
arts,
cool.
but we were able to kind of mix a lot of people because there's also like a lot of operatic the Joanna role and the other
Yeah, that's true.
legit.
Yeah. That I'm actually like not the hugest Sondheim compared to other people. I mean, I respect him obviously, but but yes, Sweeney Todd is definitely up there for me in his. Yeah, definitely. I love this like horror era that we've gotten in musical theater. Like Heather's the musical, absolutely brilliant. I love it. Bat Boy I saw this year for the first time, and I love that. They actually have the same composer, Heather's and Bat Boy. Great. I really love Evil Dead, the musical. You never would believe it, but it's really fun. And if you ever see Evil Dead the musical, make sure that you sit in the splash zone. You got to
Oh,
have the full experience.
okay. Is it
Yeah.
water? Is it slime? Are you going to let
It,
me
it's
know?
it's it's like it's quote unquote blood, but it's like yeah, it's an experience. But God, if you're gonna go, you got to go, right?
Oh, and I
All
mean, I don't
right.
know. This Stranger Things, does that count? I know,
Oh yeah, yeah. That's not a musical, but yeah,
right? Because I think
definitely.
they have on Broadway. I was just in the city this weekend, and they have, that show
Yeah,
happening. So that's very
definitely. So
cool.
anyway, I think it's very exciting. I went to a play. This was now 2 years ago, of Misery, and it was the most amazing thing. It was in the ceramics room of the local college. There were like two rows set up and then like a hospital bed, because if you know the story, Misery, right?
Mhm.
And so like the actors were right there. Like we were in the row and they were like performing right to us. And it was unbelievable. That was
Look,
one of the
over here,
coolest
coolest thing,
theatrical
right?
yeah, it really was one of the coolest theatrical experiences I've ever had. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Maybe that is a better like way in. It's true. Like I know we're here to talk about movies and that, the past 10 years I've really been focusing on film, but
Yeah.
it's nothing like the in-person visceral experience of theater,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And that's of course what started me as well. I remember Jessica Lange, I think I was Jessica Lange and Sarah Paulson and Christian
Oh,
Slater. I saw, in
that's
Glass
so cool.
Menagerie. I
Yeah.
just doubt, and I still like in my head, I have such doubt. It's just like
Oh, yeah. I
last
mean, I remember the first time that I went to New York was to see Les Miserables, and it just blew me away.
yeah,
Unbelievable.
about it. It's an energy exchange, right? Like to get kind of woo woo on our on Halloween. I really think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's an energy exchange, and that's the cool part about what we do, and you really feel it in person.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, on my podcast, I will frequently go on tangents when it comes to musical theater. So the listeners will just have to deal with it.
Well, okay. Well, we
Yeah.
can do another
But
one another time. My cousin, Rachel McKenna, she's a manager for musical theater. She's like,
uh-huh. Oh, fun.
yeah, and her bat
Nice.
mitzvah theme was Phantom of the Opera. And I
Nice.
kid you not, her husband, she met 20 years later or whatever it was,
Uh-huh.
he's the sound guy at Phantom.
Oh wow. See, I'm like trying to picture how they could make that with the bat mitzvah. Like,
Oh, there are
I
photos.
mean, I'm just trying to picture Phantom of the Opera with like a Jewish overlay is like very interesting.
It was a mask. I mean, I wasn't there. She's like, I don't know, maybe 13 years older than me, actually.
Okay.
I was either not born yet, but they had a big, I've seen the
That's
glitter
epic.
mask. Oh, it was epic. It was
I
the like
love it.
80s. It was like, Phantom of the Opera
That's
about mitzvah in New
yeah.
Jersey. Watch out.
Ho, ho, ho! We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
Well, so do you remember your first time ever being on camera?
Ooh. Maybe in high school
Okay.
or less.
Uh-huh.
High school, we did
Yeah.
some sort of. I mean, my friends, it was like the theater kids were like the cool kids. Like we had like this really great
Yeah.
group of people that like we just loved making movies, and the iMac had just come out, the first one with like the blue and green
Oh, yeah.
back, and our friend Max would always edit, so we made this movie called Hagness. Like it was like a terrible first date or something, and we
I
all
love that.
that might have been honestly the first.
So did you end up like moving out to Los Angeles, or were you able to find work there in Jersey, or?
So I lived in Manhattan and Brooklyn for about 10 years,
Okay.
and I just
Uh-huh.
moved back to Hoboken about 6 years ago.
Nice.
And I mean, it's one stop away on the subway from the West Village from
Right.
the street. So it's like, I'm not far, but I mean,
You
doing
don't have that much of an accent, like in Jersey.
thank you. Maybe this is my work voice. I don't know. If I say at my parents like a few more days and
Yeah.
I get either tired, angry, or have a cocktail, it will come out.
That's funny.
But yeah, but it's funny now. I mean, post-pandemic times, and since I've been doing these TV movies, I mean, we filmed all over the country.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think I filmed one. I've done 16, 17, including Faith of Angels in
Mm-hmm.
the past few years.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think one, but New
Yeah.
Jersey is actually now, I think in the next few years, going to really pop off.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. Well, it's a nice thing with doing the self tapes is you can live anywhere, basically, you know?
As far as
So when you're doing these rom-coms, how do you get that chemistry going with your co-star?
So chemistry is a really funny thing, actually, because I've found that whether you really like the person and you have a lot of actual real chemistry with them, or
Uh-huh.
maybe even don't like them, sometimes when they're like
Yeah.
what is it, Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze,
Hmm.
either side of the spectrum really read. When it's just like, I like this person, I don't really care. Like, we're just
Well,
acquaintances.
that's what's interesting is often when they have actual couples on screen, the chemistry doesn't translate.
Interesting.
So you think, of course, they're going to have good chemistry because they're actually a real couple. But I think that comfort level sometimes reads as sort of apathy. It just doesn't have that, that you
That
want.
spark, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I would say more often than not, like a couple in real life doesn't translate well to great chemistry, which is
That's such a good
that's very unexpected. You wouldn't guess that.
because those all bomb, right? Like the Brad Pitt and Angelina, the
Yeah,
Jude.
that's true
Well, it
too.
just nobody cares.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you do when you get assigned somebody to try to kind of make it work on screen?
Right. So to my first point is you never know. It's up to the chemistry gods, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, there are some things you can do, right? One is just becoming friends and getting a rapport, really like going through lines, and you can technically work on the things. But I mean, I know the Ivana Chubbuck book, The Power of the Actor, is like a big, book that people read, and she
Uh-huh.
tries to tell you, I think that's something like if you look into the person's eyes, or you look into the person and you try to find something to connect with them on, whether one thing, you know, and maybe it's one thing you're fighting for as the character, or maybe it's one thing that person, Joe, the actor, you guys connect on. Maybe you like Charleston shoes. I don't know. But you can find some common ground.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Like one of the great things about being a movie fan slash theater fan is that you can find almost anything to connect with somebody on, because almost everybody has some movies that they like and some movies that they don't like, right? And so it's a great thing to have in your pocket, because you can find something to talk about with almost all humans, including little kids. Kids love talking about, their favorite movies, how much they love like Anna and Elsa, or, whatever might be the big thing, K-pop Demon Hunters. And,
I'm a fan now too.
absolutely. And so it's great for parties, is like being a movie fan and being like, well, what Disney movies do you like? Oh, I like that one too. Boom, you've got it.
I love it. I had a great time at a party one time. There was this guy who was like Rain Man with dates. He knew the date that like any movie you can ask
Oh
him,
yeah,
1999, 1965.
that's funny. Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, but it's true.
I'm
My dad always said, like, he always said, you talk about food, right? Like, because no matter what culture, no matter what
That's
age,
true.
there are certain things that, oh my gosh, I love blah, blah, blah. And, or what do you like eating that, and
Yeah.
find common ground.
Yeah, that's true. That's another good one. I mean, I used to be like a huge Survivor fan, really, really into the show Survivor. I still love it. I just don't have time for it anymore. And I can tell you how many friends I've met because we both like Survivor, something so silly, but we just talk about, oh, did you see, what do you think of that move? Did you think that was a good strategy? Blah, 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 blah. And it doesn't take much.
I know, and that was even pre-social media, right? So like,
Yeah, it's true.
now you can go online and do it, but it's true. It's fun, and I love
Yeah.
The Mike White story about that. The White Lotus
Oh,
creator. He was on
mm-hmm.
Survivor, and he gets
Yeah.
extras and small bit parts. He gives them to his Survivor co-stars that he's still friends with. I
Yeah.
think that's
I
so
think
cool.
he's going back.
Gosh, I love
Pretty
it.
sure in season, I think it's season 50, and he's going back, which is wild.
Wow.
Yeah. We'd like to take a second to thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's author Kate Hendrickson and her new book, Christmas Switch. She plans Christmas down to the minute. He wings it every year. But this holiday season, Type A wife Allie and her laid-back husband Tommy are switching roles and learning that sometimes the best gifts are the ones you don't plan for. Christmas Switch is a witty, heartwarming holiday rom-com novel perfect for fans of Hallmark movies, hot cocoa, and happily ever afters. When Allie and Tommy swap holiday duties, she's in charge of the outdoor lights and he's taking over Christmas dinner. Everything that can go wrong does. But in the middle of the chaos, they rediscover laughter, love, and what really matters most during the holidays. It's funny, festive, and full of heart, the perfect cozy read for anyone who loves Christmas stories that make you smile. Christmas Switch is available now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Books A Million, free with Kindle Unlimited or at kate-hendrickson.com. Settle in by the tree and unwrap the love, laughter of Christmas Switch this holiday season. That's kate-hendrickson.com. About Faith of Angels, because we had Garrett on the podcast when that came out. We had J. Michael Finley on the pod. So much fun to talk to both of them. And yeah, this was I thought a pretty well done little faith-based film.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
J. Michael Finley is a musical theater guy too. You know that, right?
Oh, I know. Yeah, we talked to him about that. And it's interesting because he got his start in the Book of Mormon. So for them to him and do this Mormon movie was kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I have an agent out in Utah. And I work with them because, there's just such a cool film community out there.
Mhm.
They're filming things from Hallmark to, lots of
Yeah.
Hallmark stuff, and the production quality is great. So, and they're doing, like Yellowstone and all that stuff. So I said, let's get a Utah agent, and I saw the Faith of Angels. There wasn't that many. Well, that's not true. There were a few roles, but I really like this one Deputy Stacey Evans role.
Mhm.
And yeah, I auditioned, had a call back, and I went out, and
Yeah.
it went well. I met so many great friends. I mean, there were so many good actors. I mean, and like the costumers, and I mean, Ryan,
Yeah.
who shot it, our DP.
Mm.
He's become a good friend and mentor too. And it was a great experience.
Did you have to go in the cave at all?
Just the inside. I didn't get to go in the cave. I wanted to. Was I got to be on the outside of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was Garrett's actual son, right?
Yeah, which was really interesting because when I was talking to him, and he was like, "So, what did you think of what did you think of him?" I was like, "Oh, he did a very good job." Oh, that was my son.
You
I'm
gotta
like,
give me
this
that.
could have gone
Yeah,
south real quick.
exactly. No, yeah. But I don't, yeah, no, I think that they filmed inside and it was cold. Like the temperature,
Yeah,
I remember would drop like 20 degrees or something once you got in there. And we had
yeah,
safety people, of course, and we had the real people there,
yeah,
the actual
yeah. That must have been cool to meet them.
it
Yeah,
was cool. They
yeah,
got, in the background of I think like the rescue shot,
yeah.
which is
So
really
these two Christmas movies that you were in, it must have been amazing to see like Christmas Wonderland appear over, when you step onto set. That must have been cool.
it was so cool. I mean, and both
Hmm.
times it was really different. So Saving the Christmas Ranch, we filmed in Ohio, and
Okay.
we rented out like a campground where people do retreats and summer camps and stuff. And they had these yurts actually as like the lodging, and they decorated them for Christmas, and they were already cool. So it just felt like this Christmas glamping sort of. We
Oh,
have a few scenes shot in there, and I do some singing that, which is really fun. We got to do some like, what would Carrie do in, alone.
uh-huh.
And so I loved shooting those, and then we were in Bulgaria for the second one, and we got to work with like fake snow, and we had this huge snow globe that was like literally like 3 feet around or something or more. It was wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's talk about A Royal Christmas Manor. So this comes out first. It's the first one to be released. And why don't you tell the audience a little bit about the movie?
Sure. So, A Royal Christmas Manor is the story of Katie, Katie Williams. Sorry, let me start again.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I think it's Katie. I know they all like
It's all
sometimes.
right. You don't have to know the last names.
So, A Royal Christmas Manor is a really, really fun movie that we got to shoot actually, like a year to the day,
Okay.
last year. It's the story of a girl who runs a hotel that's been in her family for years, and she is now tasked with running it for during Christmas for the first time, all alone. And a prince comes under disguise as a normal guy, just
Oh, yeah.
food, wanting the American Christmas experience, and he comes. They all get snowed in together, and
Yeah.
there's a bunch of mishaps, and it's a
Yeah.
big ensemble thing. It was really really fun.
So yeah, the fake country is called Fredonia, which we got a good laugh at. That's a great fake name. Fredonia. What a
So
name.
my dad's name is Fred, and so he thought it was because of him. But then now there's a whole Marx Brothers thing too, called Fredonia as well.
Uh,
I was,
well, what would be your response in real life if you found out you're dating a prince?
oh, I mean,
I mean, I would be pretty excited.
look, I mean, that's a loaded question now. I mean, if I'm going to be real now after this whole, right, the whole Meghan Markle and
Yeah.
everything. I mean, you see both sides of that, right? But I mean, the clothes, come on.
Yeah. I
Clothes.
feel like I feel like I could rock it. I
I
think
can
I would
rock
do a good job as the princess.
I think I think you would too. Have
So
a princess podcast and talk to all the princesses all over the world.
yeah, it's true. Yeah. I mean, it must have been fun just to be in a royal movie. Did you get to wear like a pretty dress?
So that was what was so cool. I mean, in another interview, this one Desiree at Survive the Show, she always loves talking about costuming, and she reminded me like so Katie in Saving Christmas Ranch, she's like kind of like the boss lady going around, the farm, and we had boots and jeans and jackets, and it was great. But Katie was just like so much more girly, and we had these amazing dresses, and I got to wear bows in my hair, and it was just like very princessy, actually, and it was really fun because I don't
Mhm.
normally dress that way, but it feels nice every now and then, right, to kind of
Yeah.
dress up and
Yeah. I
girly.
think that would be fun
Yeah,
to wear the big like fancy gown and yeah, I think that that escapism is part of the fun of a movie like that.
it is. It
Hmm.
really is. And I
Yeah.
mean, definitely got lost in it ourselves because, like I said, we had the snow machine, and there was cookies and nutcrackers everywhere, and
Yeah.
there's all this different Eastern European food we had for crafty that was, different from what we normally had and stuff. So it was exciting.
Mhm. So is your prince, I don't know him. Uh who's your prince in it?
So his name is Kirk Barker,
Okay.
Benjamin Barker, if we want to do call our
Is
so he's a
is
UK
he
actor.
English?
He's English. He is a
Ah.
bona fide English gentleman. And so since we filmed in Bulgaria, actually what was really cool, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was really the only actor who lived in the US. I mean, a lot of them were also Americans, but American actors that live in Europe or or British actors that live in the UK. So it was really fun to, work with these. A lot of the royals, were these wonderful, had these
Mm.
amazing accents. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And they were just so good with the physical comedy and the things, and so I was like, and Kirk was just such a gentleman. He, yeah, has this amazing voice. He was like in this really cool Merlin show a few years ago,
Oh
like where he got to
yeah.
do cool stuff, and so I was like a fan. I'd seen some of that, and I was a fan of that. So he was great. He was great to work.
Cool. That sounds good. What would be your pitch to the Hallmarkies listener? They should check out this movie. They'll like it.
Yeah, okay. So like you said, this is the best escape for Christmas. You've got a prince, you've got a beautiful wardrobe and some
Uh-huh.
magical snow scenes and some delicious cookies and a whole bunch of kooks living in this snowed-in castle. So come and see
Okay.
it.
All right. So we have Saving the Christmas Ranch. So this will be the next weekend. And so this, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so this is more of like a hometown story. I loved this. Lori Cannavaro wrote it. I've done a few projects with her. She is just the comedy was really smart and quick since the beginning. Like since the first page I read, I was like, oh my goodness, these characters are so fun. And so it's a story of Carrie. She runs a ranch that's been in her family for generations, and now she's running it solo. And there's this handsome developer guy from the big city that's been
Yeah.
calling her, trying to make a deal. And she keeps
Yeah.
avoiding him, but he gets in her heart. He comes to visit.
Yeah. And you convince him that the big city isn't so great.
Yeah, but you know what's even better is that they learn to compromise, not to give too
Oh,
much
that's
away,
good. That's
and
good.
they find out that yeah, maybe what they both were
Yeah.
afraid of wasn't so bad after all.
Well, so you got to be in this with Jonathan Stoddard, the myth, the man, the legend. We love Jonathan. We've had him on our podcast, and I am convinced he is trying to set a Guinness Book of World Records for the number of projects in one. He has 17 projects in production, post production on his
Insane.
IMDb.
I don't know when that man sleeps. I mean, he sleeps on set.
17.
Yeah, it's
Whoa.
he's been like that for years. I mean, I met
Oh.
him maybe 5, 6 years ago, and I owe him a lot, honestly, because I
Uh-huh.
had never been I did my first like lead in a film, like, a full thing in 2021. And I had then done I think like the next 3 or 4 movies with John. And so he was already
Oh,
a
so you,
pro. Yes, he's played my brother, my lover, my husband, my ex-husband, you know.
yeah,
But he's so great with camera. He's so great with like, oh, these are
mhm.
the things you want to get at the hotel, or
Yeah.
he's just like the guy, and he always just has such a positive attitude. He's always down to work hard, and he looks great on film. So
He
what else can you ask for?
he really is the combined package. I mean, he's he's so handsome. He's charming. It's no wonder everybody wants him to be in their movies.
Yeah, because he's really good at his job. And I mean,
Exactly.
one of the producers at Nicely, came to me with this, and they were like, look, we're trying this kind of thing. We're on a really, really tight schedule. You know, it's limited locations. We want to try to get this, you know, the story's good. Let's try to do it. And when I found that John was going to be my partner, we were both like, oh, thank goodness, because we already kind of had a working relationship. And he's just always so like, you know, locked in. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like
That
we were like,
that I mean, it must help too if you've done 4 movies together.
yeah, yeah. And you know,
You
you don't get
make things
upset to be
easier.
like, you know, someone's getting dressed, someone's in the, you know, and you're like doing your lines, like eating, you know, at the same time. You can just have a
Mhm.
shorthand with them, and
Right.
it's definitely helpful.
That's cool. So are you playing like a cowgirl kind of
Yeah,
in
a little
this at the
bit.
ranch?
I'd say there are no cowboy hats. I would say it's
Okay.
more of a Midwest ranch. Um,
Okay.
we've got cows and horses, and I mean, I think honestly, one of the reasons that I don't know if I can say this actually, but we were supposed to get a reindeer. A reindeer was written in
Oh,
really cute scene. We go to the barn, John and I, it's still, you know, there's still tension, and we go and we're having this conversation in front of the reindeer. And but the time, I think it was January, the time when they asked
oh,
the people, they were molting their
oh.
so it looked like a horror movie. It wasn't a fuzzy antler, it was just like, you know,
That's funny.
fur kind of molting, and you know, so it wasn't cute. So I actually have yet to see, I think they CGI'd a reindeer in.
Oh, they did. That's funny.
We'll see
Yeah.
if they cut it.
I haven't seen either of these either, so I haven't seen them yet. But yeah, what would you say that you think is what would be your pitch? People should check out this one as well.
Oh yeah. So saving the you gotta okay. Saving the Christmas Ranch, I would say, is like a really feel good, funny, very romantic, lots of chemistry, kind of community, family driven Christmas movie. It's all about, you know, tradition and generational, you know, love and the love of Christmas. And I've got a really cute grandma and grandpa and a great sidekick. Um, and it's a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, we'll be excited to see it.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
We like to end our interviews with some fun, get to know you questions. This is the holiday edition. The first one is, what is your favorite holiday drink?
Espresso martini. Can I say that?
Okay, sure. Anything works.
Bailey's,
Okay.
extra Bailey's,
Okay.
or a White Russian. A White Russian.
Oh, okay.
White Russian.
Uh-huh. All right. What's your favorite holiday cookie or treat?
Ooh. Um. Uh. 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 Snickerdoodle.
Okay. Good. All right. What's your favorite Christmas song or carol?
Oh, I love Silver Bells.
Oh, nice one. Okay. What's your favorite classic Christmas movie?
Um. It's a Wonderful Life, and then of
Mhm.
course, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my grandma loved National Lampoons, and she would laugh so hard to the point of concerning. Like, we would be like, "Are you okay? Can you breathe?" Especially the scene when the squirrel comes out of the tree. She just would just die. She thought that was the funniest thing.
I
So
loved
I'm very nostalgic for that
so
one.
good. I mean, of course, the couple next door, and then when the grandma
Yeah.
does Pledge Allegiance instead of prayer over the
Yeah, I love that.
oh my God. I that
It's
was
called Grace. They want you to say Grace. Yeah, good choice. All right, next question. Which do you like better, Scrooge or the Grinch?
the Grinch.
Okay, good. Which do you like better, clear lights or colored?
Clear.
Would you rather be in a snowball fight or build a snowman?
Snowball fight. And there is a snowball fight in one of the movies, but I won't tell which one.
Ooh. Okay, good. All right. Do you consider yourself a good gift wrapper or not?
Yes, I enjoy gift wrapping very much.
Ooh,
Gotta get
good.
the corners tight, right? You got to get the nice, crisp
Yeah.
folds.
All right. Last question. Do you have an ugly Christmas sweater? I mean, you're wearing a Christmas sweater during this
Yeah,
interview, but it is not an ugly Christmas sweater.
thank you.
It's a
I
very cute one.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, talk about this was, as I said, I think I told you earlier, this was my mom's. She got this like
It's very
I was
sweet.
in preschool, so
Yeah.
it's a few years old. But I'm sure I'm sure maybe I need, you know what? I have ugly Christmas socks. How about that?
Okay. That's good. Because a lot of times the true ugly Christmas sweaters, not the fake ones, the true ones are very scratchy. You wouldn't even want to wear 'em. So that's a good choice. Go with the
Still time. I
socks.
can still head to the Goodwill. I still have
Yeah, there you go. Well, very good. You did it. Answered all the questions. Yay. Well, congratulations on the two movies. And it was so much fun to get to meet you and talk with you. And if people want to follow you on social media, fun stuff like that, what should they do?
Yes, I think it's Brianna Cohen official. I just changed it.
Okay.
Brianna Cohen.
We'll put it down in the description.
Yeah,
So
it's
very
good.
good.
We got
All
some
right. Well,
here.
hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
You too. I'm so happy we got to meet. See you again.
Yes. We'd like to thank Brianna for coming on the podcast. This was so much fun to get to talk with her. Hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of all the different things that we talked about in the comments section and or on Twitter. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. So check that out. Also, make sure that you're following the podcast at Hallmarkies Pod, Hallmarkies Podcast, all over social media. Make sure you check out our playlist with all of our 2025 Christmas content, as well as our interview playlist. And that's a lot of fun. Those interviews, we've done so many over the years. And I really enjoy anytime I get to talk with somebody. And if you are listening on iTunes, if you can leave your ratings and reviews, that helps so much. And if you are watching YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate that so much. We also have our Patreon group and merch store. Check that out. And thanks again to Brianna. We really appreciate it. And we'll talk to y'all later. Merry Christmas. Bye.